Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. Today I'm going to show you step by step how to do your own escape room. I watched hours and hours of video and there was only like 3 people willing to actually take you step by step. Everybody else wanted you to download something or buy some kind of kit. So, anyways, to start with, this is not going to be an escape room that you have to find a key and get out of. I did take little ideas from different people, but I actually wrote this myself. So the backstory is going to be about a patient. We have to find 3 vials and cure our patient in order to complete the escape room. So what I did was I looked up rare diseases that actually exist just to make it interesting. And we have one called Alice in Wonderland. So the first item we're going to do is our patient's file. Now we have a bed in our room, in our living room, because my mom stays a lot. So she'll have her own bed and we'll have her in the blanket. And then the first thing we're going to have is our patient file. Inside our patient file, we give the beginning of our story for everybody to know what their object is in the escape room. On top of this piece of paper, I want you to add an ink pen. That way they'll have it when they need it for other clues. So I'm going to read this aloud, but I'm going to show you on camera as well if you want to screenshot what it says. Patient diagnosis, Alice in Wonderland syndrome. Patient thinks head and hands are gigantic. She sees everything around her is child-sized. Furniture, cars, houses, etc. Time is moving in slow motion for her. In order to cure her, you will need 3 vials: antigen, protein, and serum. Once you find all 3, you will unlock the mixing box and mix the 3 together to feed to the patient. All clues will be found in the living room unless specifically leading to another. Good luck. Okay, the next thing I want you to do, first of all, is keep a list step by step of your clues, where you're going to hide your clues, and also make a map of your room. So you want to make a diagram of your room where each clue is going to be hidden, and then step by step so you can check mark them off. That way you know you're prepared and there's nothing missing and people won't be confused. Okay, so this safe, I went to Mini Gear Secret Safe Box and I hid my first clue in here. So first, in order to get in, they need a 3-code combination. So the idea is to do a lab file, patient lab results, and in order to make it more difficult, we're going to switch it up a little bit, and I'm going to show you how I turned it into a secret code where one piece will be in this file and it'll be hidden up underneath the table. We'll tape it up under there, and then they'll have to find the second one. And I'm going to show you how to write this out and what they need to do in order to solve it. So you're going to need 2 pieces of paper and a dark marker. And what I want you to do is start to write the letters, but you don't write the full letter. You just write pieces. So this is going to be blood pressure. So I'm going to do part of the L, part of the O, and a line for the D. So each letter is only a partial. Just like so. And then it's going to be 124. Over 75. Sugar and it's going to also be the 124. Sodium. $124. And then iron. Then all you're going to do is you're going to switch and you're going to put, uh-oh, my paper's wet. You're going to put that over top, and what they're going to have to do is have light behind it to see through. So let's get some light on the subject. Okay, so this next part you may have to raise your paper up so that you can see underneath it. But what you're going to do is finish your letter the rest of the way so that when you lift it up, let me show you with the light under it. Under the light, you can see the full code. I don't know if you can. So the trick will be for them to figure out that they have to put both pieces of paper together and hold it up to a light in order to solve it. So once you finish, it looks kind of silly like this, but then when you hold it up, there we go. As you can see, when you hold it up in front of the light, they can see the full word. So then you have two pieces that they gotta find. So they'll have to hold 1, 2, and 4 on my box all at the same time in order to open the box. What I've put inside here is a cassette tape, and I'm going to read to you the clue for the cassette tape. Now, I'm aware that a lot of people don't have a cassette player. I'm old, I understand. So I have gotten you an alternate thing to do instead of the cassette tape. So I'm going to read to you the clue for the cassette tape. Alright, so what I put on the cassette tape is this. Patient log. She has been showing signs of depression. She spends hours in the bathroom staring and breathing heavily into the mirror. My brain is in a fog. This case is perplexing. So this, obviously they had to find the cassette player to play it. Now this is going to give them permission to move into the bathroom. And in the bathroom, we are going to write a clue on the mirror with our finger. Once we do that, they will have to breathe their hot breath on the mirror to make those words appear. And we'll go through all of this step by step. So, if you do not have a cassette tape and player, I'm going to give you a decoder that you can screenshot, and you will write your hidden message in the code and put it in some kind of box. If you don't make your own, something that has a combination code that you can give a clue to. And then you will hide the other part of the message, the distorted message, somewhere else for them to find. So I'm going to give you that and show you that as an alternative. This is the alternative for the cassette. This is a key code that you can use to write your message in a hidden format. Just screenshot that and you'll be good to go. So, I forgot to show you guys the 3 vials. I got these at Hobby Lobby for $1.27 a piece. It's not too bad. What I did was filled a little medicine cup as full as I could get it, and I took 3, I poured equal parts in here. Each item I gave 1 drop of food coloring, and I gave each of them a different color. And then I just used a Post-it note and wrote the protein, the antigen, and the serum. Whether or not that's how you make a cure, I have no idea, but it sounded good. So, the first thing was for them to go find one of the cures in the bathroom by looking at the mirror. So we're going to go do that and make sure that it works before we try it. So we're going to be taking the protein into the bathroom and we're going to hide it. Alright, the clue is toilet paper. I'm going to be hiding this in the roll of toilet paper. So we need to find out if this works. Just right with your finger, the oils are supposed to naturally work. And then we're going to see, as you can see, it shows up, but this is a big mirror, so I'm probably going to outline with the dry erase marker so they're not passing out trying to get it all covered in. We literally will just stick that right down in there, and as you can see, you can't really see it, and that is where we'll be hiding that. Right. Clue 1 is done, and now we're on to clue number 2. Number 2 is another clue that I typed, and the clue itself is typed in a number 1 font on the size. So you're going to go onto the size of your font and you're going to take it all the way down to 1. Now if you want to make sure you typed it correctly, type it normal size and then highlight and switch it down to a 1. As you can barely see, hopefully, it's telling them that the serum is located in the refrigerator. What do they need to do? They need to find a magnifying glass somewhere in the house in order to see the clue. Now written below that, I have wrote, patient sees things way smaller than they are, find a way to make them grow. So where I'm going to be hiding this, obviously we're going to take the serum and I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator door, no big deal. But I made this puzzle box off of another wonderful YouTube. The YouTube was called EHC Gear, How to Make a Puzzle Cardboard Box DIY. Now, if you don't have the time that I had, or you're not crafty, Hobby Lobby sells a wooden puzzle box for like $12 or $13, and I already have it, we already used it, so I had to make something different. As you can see, this just looks like a box, but there's hidden spots that they have to hold on to in order to open this box, and if they do, it opens just like so. So I'm just gonna fold my clue up and place it inside, and then later when we're putting everything where we want it, I'll show you where I'm gonna hide it at. Okay. So that's going to give them the next item, their second vial. Now we need to work on our third vial. What have I done to hide that? So, I took a book, and the clue is a little saying I wrote. But in order to make the clues, I took the book and I literally highlighted words and letters that they have to go through and write down in order to find what the clue is. Now obviously it needs to be bookmarked so that they can find this easy. They don't have all day to go through the book. So it basically kind of looks like a hangman page so that they know how to decipher all my letters and stuff, so it makes sense. So what I wrote is I'm going to be hiding it in a little plant stand that's actually off of my kitchen. The clue says, the place I cook, out the window I look, my plants grow in this little nook. So I'll show you when we plan it all out where that actually goes, but they're looking for the vial in the plant stand. Okay, so they have all 3 vials now. Now they have to come to my mixing station. And in order to get into my mixing station, all I did was bought this for a couple bucks. And I put a hole in it and put my lock. And in the other side, I put a hole and put a zip tie so they can't cheat and just open it. And basically, all it has inside is a little medicine cup and a syringe. And so they'll pour all 3 vials in, suck it up, and obviously they can't really give it to her, but problem solved. So, last clues are how to give them clues for the 3-digit lock. So what I did was, my living room is orange, so I picked an orange piece of construction paper. I wrote down all the directions, mindful of the fact that these are teenagers and they may not know how to use one. And I wrote everything down, and then I cut it into 4 different pieces. So basically, I wrote down all the directions, and then I cut it into these 4 pieces. So that gives us 4 items that we are going to be hiding that they have to find to solve the combination. Okay, so let's walk through and use your map that you made. And let's walk through every hiding spot and show you how it's all set up and ready to roll. All right. So I'm going to go around the room one thing at a time. First, we have our lab results taped up underneath our table. Then, my daughter's backpack is always right here, so the puzzle box is not going to be just in plain sight. We've got 1 clue hidden of the 4 pieces of paper with just a little bit sticking out behind the picture, just enough for them to notice but not be too obvious. Then we're going to go over here. I have the tape recorder, and underneath there, if they'll open the chest, is another piece of the combination paper. Over here we have the magnifying glass. Then up on the fireplace mantle, I have a little bowl, and I've folded up another one of the clues and stuck in there. Okay. I don't know if you see it, but right here underneath the plant, I left just a little hair of the colored paper sticking out for them to find that other clue. Item is the other half of our lab results for the 3-digit combination for our safe, and that is going to get taped to the back of the television. Then inside of the TV stand, I placed my combination puzzle box down there where they can't see it through the doors. We have our patient laying in bed quietly with our patient file that has also got our pen. Then over here we have our mixing station for the cure with our combination lock. Inside the console is our book with the bookmark clue. And obviously we already went over the bathroom and the toilet paper roll. And then, pretty obviously, to put your serum in the fridge. Okay, so our nook by the window is going to hide my antigen, which, if you'll look closely, I placed right here with the label backwards to make it more interesting. So guys, that concludes Alice in Wonderland's escape room. I hope that you have fun with this and that you have a big group of friends over. Usually 4 to 6 people is good. The nice thing about it is you can do it over and over again. You just restage it, no big deal. and then get that second group of friends or family and just have a great time. Until next time, God bless you. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, push that like button, and turn on your post notifications.